What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of From the Tips. For those of you watching on the YouTube channel, you probably can tell I'm in a different setting right now. Currently have the girlfriend house sitting, so this is where I'm at right now. Also, if the audio is a bit weird because of reverb off the walls, I apologize. It's a bit echoey in here.
It sounds okay right now. I
Yeah,
mean,
hopefully the quality of mic that we have is helpful in this scenario.
yeah, I'm thinking it's okay, but at the same time, I also don't think I sound really bad when I hear myself talk. And then I listen back to the podcast and I'm like, oh wow, I sound horrible. How do people listen to me? So who knows? Maybe your audio is just horrible right now and I have no idea. But we're gonna play
It
along
could
and say
just
that
be
it's not.
horrendous.
We're gonna
Yes,
play along
and
and say that it's fine right now.
yes, and that voice you hear is my esteemed and fantastic co-host Rick Landis. How we doing, buddy?
I'm doing swell, except for the fact that I had work today. That kind of sucked.
Yeah, what a buzzkill.
Yeah, right.
It's
Everyone
supposed to be a what is it? A observed
observation.
holiday? Yeah, it's
Yeah, it
an
was the
observed
observed
holiday. Come on,
holiday.
what are you doing?
I've never seen everybody at my work be more mad to be at work. Everyone was complaining this morning. It was fantastic.
Everyone's like, why are we here? Like, what is happening right now?
We did talk about walking out. Hopefully no one at my work knows about
Like,
this
actually
podcast.
did
I
that.
don't think anyone does, but I try to keep my personal life pretty private. I made it through my birthday with only 2 people telling me happy birthday.
At work?
Yeah. Is that impressive?
That is impressive. Did you do that on
And
purpose?
and one of the people that didn't say happy birthday to me because I didn't tell anybody was the guy that I work with literally every day. Because I just didn't tell anybody that was my birthday because I don't like when people tell me happy birthday.
What? Like, hold on. What's your beef with happy birthdays?
It's awkward. I don't know how to continue after someone says happy birthday. Like someone's like happy birthday, you're like thank you, and then like what? You just walk away, or like do you start a conversation then?
No, at that point you wait and like you make eye contact until they go, yeah, and you're like, are you just not gonna sing? I thought that this was the time when you start singing.
See, and that's even worse
This is
because
how it works at Applebee's.
getting happy birthday sung to you is probably the worst experience you can
Oh,
have in
so
life.
awkward.
I honestly think I would take any other experience in life besides getting happy birthday sung to me.
Yeah, so I was thinking about this recently because it was my grandmother's birthday on the second.
Happy birthday.
I said happy birthday to my grandmother. And I was having this moment where I was singing happy birthday to her and I would just watch her stand there awkwardly. I was like, wow, singing happy birthday to somebody and like having it sung to you is one of the most awkward things that is
It's
socially
horrible. I
acceptable to
hate it.
do.
And if you think about it, birthdays are like so morbid because you're literally just like, congratulations, you're 1 year closer to dying.
Yeah,
Like,
right. Hey, congrats.
you're like,
You're on
happy
your
1 year closer to
way.
dying. Woo, blow out your candles. Like,
Blow out all those candles with the limited air that you're gonna be able to hold in those lungs.
one less breath.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
But like, if you
Look at
boil
you
it down, that's
wasting
what
one
birthdays
breath on
are.
that.
It's crazy to me. There's like, I don't know. I guess I just have a weird mind because things like that are just like strange to me. Like, I don't know. Presents are weird to me. Like, why do we exchange presents? Like, why don't I
Yeah,
just buy what I
you ever
want
thought about that?
and
Like
why
at
don't
a
I just buy what
core
I want and you
value?
buy what you want and then we're good? Like, why do we have to exchange it? And then because like, what it like, well, especially because me and Gina, I'll bring Gina into this conversation. Gina and I are very competitive people. So when it comes to giving
Course.
gifts, especially for like Christmas and birthdays and stuff like that, we always want to try to one up each other. We want to have the better gift for that year. And she doesn't admit it, but I know she keeps track in her head. Like I guarantee you, if you asked her, like, we've been together for 4 years, how many years has she won the gift giving? I guarantee she has a number for you.
Oh, there's a scoreboard.
I can almost
There's
guarantee
a
you she has a
scoreboard.
number for
Oh
you.
yeah.
So that also stresses me out. But
Constant stress.
but yeah, birthdays are weird, presents are weird. Days in general are weird. And
Because
speaking of
there's so
days,
many of them.
today, July, which is very awkward. I don't like saying that. July 6th, which is today.
Oh
We're
god.
in July already.
Hating this.
It's National Fried Chicken Day, so that's at least a little better.
Ooh.
Yeah. And if you don't like fried chicken, I just don't know what to tell you because fried chicken is one of the delicacies on earth.
Could you trust somebody that doesn't like fried chicken?
I don't know.
I don't think I want to find out.
Here's the thing. I don't know if I could trust them, but I also don't know if they've had good fried chicken.
True.
because like you have to
True.
have good fried chicken
You do.
to be able to say. So yeah, I think it would boil down to that if I could get them good fried chicken or not. Which in that case, we would have to fly down to Disney and go to Chef Art Smith's in Disney Springs
Absolutely.
because that is the best fried chicken I've ever had in my life.
Well, we'll start them off. We'll start them off simple. We'll just give them somebody's grandmother's recipe, and we'll start them off simple that way. And then they'll be like, "Wow, this fried chicken thing ain't so bad." And then we'll be like,
Yeah.
"Do we have somewhere for you?
Because
Come
they're
with
probably
us."
like, I got a fried chicken sandwich from Burger King one time,
Sweet
and
Lord.
now I just lost all respect for them because they went to Burger King willingly. So
That too. Burger King's the worst. I
when
stand
you
by
have
that.
options like McDonald's, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, Wawa, like all these options, and you go to Burger King, come on.
You don't even have to like bring McDonald's or Wawa or Chick-fil-A into the equation. The fact that you have Wendy's to choose,
Yeah,
and you chose Burger
over
King,
it. Get out of here.
get out of my
I mean,
face.
Burger
Stop.
King has
Stop.
great milkshakes. That's the only thing they have. But if you're gonna get a milkshake over a Frosty, I don't know if I can trust you.
I do have to say the chicken fries at Burger King, none too shabby.
I think it's just
Not too. It's the aesthetic of the fry.
it's the
It
aesthetic.
is.
You're like,
it
I'm eating a
absolutely
French
is.
fry, but it's made of chicken. This is fantastic.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just
Um,
more the experience really than the flavor.
Yeah, no, exactly. July 7th. Happy 4th of July, by the way.
Yeah, happy
That
4th of July,
happened-
everybody.
that
Sorry
happened
about
2
that.
days ago
Yeah.
while you're listening to this. July 7th is a busy day. We got National Dive Bar Day. We got National Strawberry
that.
Sundae Day and National Macaroni Day.
Oh God.
It doesn't say macaroni and cheese, so I think it's just the noodle itself.
Ooh, so you could get like a macaroni salad or something like that.
Yeah.
You're not even just
Mhm.
restricted to the mac and cheese.
Yeah,
That's
what
good.
I'm
That's a
thinking.
good idea. That was good on them.
July 8th is National Freezer Pop Day,
Oh,
which is always good in July because it gets hot.
God.
It's going to be hot this week, unfortunately.
right.
July 9th, we have National Sugar Cookie Day. Love sugar cookies. The only thing that makes it better is putting cinnamon on it and calling it a snickerdoodle.
Agreed. Thank you. I was about to say that. I was in the middle of making that thought into words, and you said it for me. And I think that's
Same.
that's what happens here. This is why we podcast.
And then because you like drinking alcohol,
Love drinking.
July 10th and 11th. July 10th, we have Pina Colada Day. I don't know if you like pina coladas. I'm not a huge coconut person, so
I do like peanut. Yeah. I do like pina coladas. Not huge on the coconut. Actually, no, I am. That's a complete lie because I love almond joys. Yeah, it's a complete lie. I love pina coladas.
there you go.
Just gonna lie to myself.
All right, tablet just got knocked over. Sorry if that made a loud noise.
It's okay. I didn't hear anything,
then-
so you're good.
July 11th, we have another alcohol day, National Mojito Day.
Ooh,
Which if I did drink, that would probably be my drink of choice.
yeah, you were big on mojitos for a while there.
And I gotta shout out the food on that day because it's one of my favorite foods. It's National Blueberry Muffin Day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, blueberry muffins are thebomb.com.
Would you double up with like blueberry pancakes that day, you think? Could you? I feel like that'd be okay.
I don't think you can ever have enough blueberry pastry, like
That's a very good point.
whatever a pancake would be considered. I don't know if you can ever have enough of that. I think
Maybe a crepe.
a crepe.
A crepe. I don't like crepes
Isn't that
because
just like a really flat?
it's just a
pancake that's
super
folded?
thin pancake, and I'm like,
And then they
oh, if
just,
I
like-
want one
And
of
then they
these,
just like fold it over each other or something.
yeah,
like that,
I'm like,
right?
if I want something like this, I want the thick boy. Give me the pancake.
I
I don't
a
want the
super fluffy pancake.
yeah. Like, what is this? No, but also waffles are superior to pancakes. Both are delicious. Waffles are superior.
That I don't agree with.
There
unless-
are specific crevasses in a waffle to hold all of the syrup I'm putting
If-
on that bad boy.
If you're talking the waffles that were at school, then yes, because those
Exactly.
waffle makers were 100% the greatest thing that was there because you filled it up with chocolate chips,
Yep.
threw a bunch of syrup on it, and it was the
Yup.
most unhealthy thing you ever ate in your life. It was
Yup.
so good.
And then you immediately took a nap
Oh, 100%.
at 10 a.m. because you just needed one after what you just ate.
Or 10 p.m., depending on when you ate the pancake.
You know,
the
speaking
waffle.
of the food and the days of the week, it was recently brought up to me that I react almost the same way to every single food you bring up. Like if you run back through the episodes for as long as we've been doing the days of the week, every time you bring up a food, I'm always like, oh, every single time.
I don't bring up foods you don't like.
It's
no
true.
reason for
It's
that.
true. It's true.
There's
There's
no
no reason
reason
to
for
bring
that.
up the what's the food I don't like. I'm having a hard time thinking of one.
There's not many.
God, there's not like a national snow peas day or something like
Yeah, there's
that.
nothing really
There's no
going
need to
on.
bring that up.
Nothing
You
really
know,
going on this week that would
and it's not even like I
be
have beef
interest.
with snow peas. Like that was just the
I
example
don't even
that
know what
came
a
to my
snow
brain.
pea is. So
It's one of those ones that kind of looks like a how do I put it? All right, just Google snow peas, people. You'll figure out what I'm talking about. Or do you
nice.
want? Do you want?
No, that's okay. I'm not really that concerned about it.
Yeah, we're really great at this whole making images with words thing. We're
Yeah.
getting really good at this. Yeah, go Google
Painting
it.
word
That's
pictures.
super helpful.
We're artists.
We're artists.
Speaking of artists,
Yeah.
Cam Davis. I know he didn't win. He did win.
Well,
I
he
don't
did
know
win.
why I just said that. Did you see his bunker shot?
Yes. The one that like kicked right, hit the flag, and popped in.
Absolutely insane.
How did you do
I
that?
would never be able to make that shot in my life.
He's a wizard.
Yeah.
He's a wizard, Harry.
He was shaping shots all over the place. Troy Merritt, I believe, was the one that had the hole in one, correct?
Yes.
And then Joaquin Neiman.
Joaquin,
Look at that first try.
I'm so proud of you for doing that first
Thank
try.
you. I appreciate that.
You're going up so fast.
We had a very underrated but really interesting three-way playoff, at least for the first hole, until Joaquin Neiman decided to get his only bogey of the week
in the playoff.
Playoff hole. That hurts a lot.
That hurts the soul.
I know Tommy had money on him to win, so that was rough for him. Yeah, because get into the 18-hole play, but doesn't have a bogey all week, and then all he needs is a par, and he gets a bogey.
Yeah, he was playing so well too.
I gotta say, I did really enjoy the fact that he bogeyed that hole though, because I liked that it was kind of like one person's out. It wasn't like two people are out at once.
Yeah, I like that it was like almost like a sudden death format.
Last man standing kind of thing. I mean, it's always sudden death, but I like the last man standing where it's not just one guy against the other. It's you can kind of see like people fall off as you go.
Agreed.
It sucks for Joaquin Neiman because he played out of his mind this weekend.
He was playing so well.
He had his scorecards were 65 on Thursday, 69, 68, 68. So you lose with those numbers. That's tough.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to swallow every single time. Yeah.
But I mean, still a T2, not too bad. I got to shout out Cam Davis, first PGA Tour win.
Yeah, right on, man. Good for you.
He's 6'4". Did you know that?
I did. He looked tall on TV.
Yeah.
But I was like, exactly how tall is he? And I was like, 6'4". My God.
We were talking about
mountain.
We were talking about him. Either his caddy is extremely short or he is extremely tall.
I think his caddy is just probably average height.
Let me ask you this. Do you think he wasted his height with golf?
At 6'4", and what is it? Does it have what he's weighing in here?
Well, I mean, he would obviously weigh more if he played another sport.
He weighs 180 pounds. I feel like no. I feel like
he weighs
he's done
30 pounds less than me, and he's 4 inches taller than me.
But also, he's got 3 professional wins, and he's currently ranked 67th. So I think he's doing pretty good. But I don't think he wasted the height on golf just strictly because it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of meat on those bones.
Well, just because he doesn't drink 17 protein shakes a day doesn't mean he's...
Well, that's a good point. Yeah, but I mean, you could fit 1 or 2 in. I mean, hey, we could crank that up to 200.
You know, food. I don't know.
Dude, just eat all the foods we talk about weekly here on the podcast and get yourself some weight, and then I don't know, play basketball. Be my guest.
1 week we should just eat. We should pick like a week where there's like 12 different food things or like even more, and just eat every single food item.
And that's the episode. We don't even talk about golf. We're just eating food.
We just eat food. I've considered many a time just starting an eating YouTube channel where I just eat ridiculous amounts of food.
I think the what's his name? LA Beast or something like that. I think he might have beaten you to that concept.
Yeah, but I gotta put my own twist on it.
What would that twist be? I'm excited to find out what you would do here.
See, that's the problem is I'm not good at marketing, so I have no idea.
Oh.
You good?
I've been sitting crisscross applesauce this whole time.
I can't even do that, so
my leg's dying right now.
It's not physically possible for me to do. So.
Yeah, why? Like I thought you were like almost had that figured out, and then you just went back to being so unflexible.
Well, I'm flexible like in my hamstrings and stuff like that. It's just like my adductors are just not flexible at all.
Oh,
and
your
like
hip
my hip
flexors are so
flexors and
tight.
stuff. Like I have the hips of an 80-year-old man. So
Yeah, it's okay. I got the knees of an 80-year-old man. Together we make
an
an
80-year-old
80-year-old
man.
man.
Who probably still would shoot better than both of us.
Yeah, probably. Yes, absolutely. Oh, also, hey, congratulations to our I don't know why this just popped in my head, but we were talking about how an older man was shooting better than us. Congratulations to our listener Tyler, who
I was just thinking
just
that.
broke the hundo piece.
Yeah, congrats, Tyler. 98. Not too
Right
shabby.
on, man. And not even doing it like just scratching the surface at 99. No, he took the extra. It's like
Yeah,
down to 98. Way to break the hundo burger, my friend.
love to see it.
Proud of you, my guy. Yeah, but the 3-man playoff, that was cool because usually you don't get 3 dudes, but I liked that as well. I thought it was nice. Also, very depressing for our boy Joaquin.
Oh yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
to I think it hurts more that was his first bogey. Like
Yeah.
if he had bogeyed like some
Yeah,
other
it was the
time
only
during the
one
week,
he
it'd be
had all
fine. The
weekend, and it
only
was
one is in the playoff.
in the
Oh,
playoff. That's a tough look.
that'll hurt.
Let me ask you this,
Okay,
because I was thinking about it while I was watching the final round this weekend.
right on.
Last week we have an 8-hole playoff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we play the same hole 6 times, and we play another hole twice, so we
Right.
don't have too much difference going on there. This week they switch it up. They play, I think it was like 14, 15, 16, or like 15, 16, 17, something like that.
Yeah, it was a bit scrambled there.
Yeah, so they played a bunch of different holes. They had a par 3 in there, which is where Joaquin kind of
Kind of faltered.
crapped the bed. Um,
Poor Joaquin.
but were you as interested watching this week? And this is gonna go into my point. I'm just curious on how interested you were watching all 5 holes of the playoff.
Um, I was interested. I got really interested after seeing Joaquin go down
Okay.
that way. I was like, damn, things are moving here. And then once we got into like hole 3, I was like, all right, could somebody wrap this up? I feel like I've been here for a while now.
Okay. That was kind of the point I was trying to get at. Like, it's frustrating because we love to see these playoffs. In the past 2 weeks we've had them, but it just seems like no one wants to win.
Agreed.
They're not like doing anything crazy. Like we see Cam Davis got like really aggressive towards the end of regulation holes to try to get into this playoff, and he did. He had an eagle that basically propelled him into this playoff, but like we didn't really see anything ridiculously aggressive or like crazy that is going to make people want to watch. Like they're hitting a drive, they're hitting an approach shot, they're hitting a putt, or they're both missing a putt, and then they drain the next one for a par, and then they move on to the next hole. The only time that we saw anything interesting happen was the last hole when Cam Davis won on his approach shot, when he just took a direct line at the pin rather than going off to the right,
Right.
like Troy Merritt did.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't understand how we can't do that on the third playoff hole or the second playoff hole.
Right. So I have a theory specifically about this weekend though at the Rocket Mortgage, is because they saw Joaquin go down like he did on the first one, and they were just trying to play safe from there on out because they were like, well, he hasn't bogeyed all weekend at all. So seeing him bogey and be out, now we got to play this safe. I'm just looking here. I just need to get on the green for just a slim chance at birdie and walk away with par and hope that's good enough. And I think that was kind of the mentality that both Merritt and Davis had going into it. You're right. I didn't see any fire after Cam Davis did all of that to get there.
Yeah, I mean,
There was no fire.
It's frustrating because, like they always say, beggars can't be choosers, and we're always trying to see more interesting things, like a playoff hole or multiple playoff holes in golf, and we finally get that, and now we're complaining because it's not entertaining enough. But we want to see things. We want to see people taking ridiculous approach shots that hit the pin and roll back into the water, and now they have to take a drop when they hit the pin. Like, we want to see things like that. We don't want to just see them hit a drive down the fairway, hit an approach shot onto the green, miss a putt, make a putt, the other person does the exact same thing, bada bing bada boom, we're on to the next hole, nothing interesting happened. We want to see interesting things happen, which is why I think the first playoff hole was as good as it was. Because when you have a par 5, as I think that was the third hole that was a par 5, maybe.
I believe
where
so.
where you can hit a drive and you can either try to hit the green in 2 or you can hit it in 3. You don't really have like, I mean, you do have a little bit more room to make error, but when you have a par 3, if you hit a bad shot and the other person hits a really good shot, you're in a really tough spot, and that's exactly why Joaquin was out,
Mm-hmm.
because he made a horrible shot and he just couldn't come back from it.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I don't know that I'm saying that we should get rid of the par 5s, because I don't think we should. If anything, I think we should get rid of the par 4s, because those I think are the most boring.
Yeah.
Those par
Agreed.
5s, you can at least be aggressive on like your second shot if you have a really good drive. I
Mm-hmm.
just think the par 4s are what's killing it, to be honest, because you just play like a normal golf hole.
I would like a good like par three, par five, par three, par five
Yeah, that would
kind of
be
flip
cool.
flop scenario. I think that would be fun because it with every like yeah, you're just going back to a par three, back to a par five. You know what to expect. Changes the mentality every tee box though.
Yeah.
You just went from trying to wallop the thing over 350 to now having to carve 210 at a specific target while trying to avoid probably water and sand. It changes every hole at that point. I would
Yeah.
think probably making it more interesting because yeah, par fours for these guys are borderline automatic,
Yeah, pretty much. Like they're most of the time going to make a 4.
especially in Detroit. The golf course is not hard
Yeah, I mean
for
Bubba
these
shot what,
guys,
8 under on
Yeah.
Sunday, like
Which by the way, good for you, Bubba. Way to
yeah,
just
great
propel
comeback from
yourself to T6.
sorry, I got to shout out Alex Noren too. He also shot 8 under, but Bubba was kind of the big story of shooting 8 under because he kind of came back from his issues that he had last week.
Yeah.
It was just a little bit too little too late.
Yeah, a little bit. Big fan, by the way. I just wanted to bring this up because I think I've already mentioned something like this before. Big fan of the nationality kind of mix up going on in the top four. Cam Davis being Australian, Troy Merritt being American, Joaquin Neiman being, what is that? Is he from Peru? What is this?
I don't know where he's from.
What kind of flag is that? I'm only looking at the flag. I was not great at geography
Oh
in
yeah,
school.
geography
Do
was
not judge
one
me
of my
here.
worst.
Ugh, now I'm trying to spell Joaquin. I mean, my goodness. You would think I'd be more prepared for these things.
I just learned how to say his name, so I'm not going to be any help on this
Yeah, I
one.
was gonna say we should finally stop calling him quinoa.
Quinoa Neiman.
A Chile. That's the Chilean flag. Got
Okay.
one from Chile, and then also you got Alex Noren, who's Swedish. Love that. Big fan of this stuff going on. Also, since we're in the middle of the shout outs here, our nice round of the week going to Jason Kokrak as he also moves himself into 9th in the FedEx race.
I was just actually here. I'll show you right now. You can see it.
That Big J?
I was just looking
That's
at
Big
him. I was
J.
going to ask you about him actually. He has been playing tremendously
Incredibly.
as of late. Um,
We were warned.
we were
We
warned
were warned.
by one Pat Perez. Do you think he's up and coming? Like, do you think he's going to be one of those guys that we see at the top of the leaderboard every week, or do you think he's just kind of on a hot streak right now?
You want to know what? I hope so because I think he's got a good personality. On top of that, I think if he's in the Ryder Cup, he could really prove himself. And then he could really like be one of those guys. Right now, you could argue it's just a hot streak because, well, it's his first hot streak. So you can't really define it as continued success until it ends up being continued success.
Yeah.
But I would love to see it if this would be Jason Kokrak being just a dude. I would love that.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, speaking of Pat Perez, he was T14. Right on for Patty.
Yeah, I'm looking at Jason Kokrak's stats right now. He's played 21 events this year, in the 2021 PGA season, and he's made 18 cuts with 5 top tens.
Jeez.
So he's making top tens at almost a 25% clip, which is really good.
Damn,
And
he
he
is
also has
just
2
on
wins.
his way.
He also has 2 wins. So
Good for him.
that's insane. $4.8 million in earnings so far this year. Majors not exactly doing super great, but I think that'll come with experience of winning and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, hey, majors are majors for a reason.
Yeah, I mean he got 49th at Augusta this year, so not wonderful, but I mean it's Augusta, so
Yeah, well, I mean, what are you gonna do? It's it's
He made the
Augusta
cut.
National.
So
There's not much you're gonna be able to do at
yeah.
Augusta. Just sorry, not sorry. That's the
But yeah,
fact.
I mean, I honestly think that we're gonna see him around for a little bit. He's a little bit on the older side. I think he's in his 30s. But I think he'll be around for a little bit because he's hitting his stride right now, it seems like, and I'm excited to see him keep playing.
Agreed. Yeah, because he's just been playing really good golf, and it's been a lot of fun to watch. Speaking of things that are fun to watch, anything involving Brooks Koepka and Bryson DeChambeau is going to be fun to watch. And don't worry, folks, if
Love
you
it.
thought that maybe we were going to get a week off, you were wrong.
We're not.
Here we go. We're not getting a week off. So here's what happened. So Bryson, he had a fallout with his caddy, Tom Tucker, and his caddy quit. Just
Was that confirmed that he quit?
he quit.
Because originally they said that it was an amicable where they both said, I don't even know what the word is. I've been trying to figure it out for like a week and I have no idea what it is when they both decide to do it.
Yeah, so it's like a mutual thing, an
Mutual, that's the
amicable.
word.
Yeah,
It came out originally on Thursday that it was a mutual split, which I don't think anyone believed in the first place because it was the
absolutely
morning
not.
of the tournament.
No,
If it's a mutual split, you power through the weekend and then you split up after that. So I don't think anyone bought that from the beginning. Go
no.
ahead. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no. So Bryson DeChambeau's caddy is up and out of there. Tom Tucker said he's had enough. Here's an article from the New York Post. It reads that Bryson DeChambeau said the three words every frustrated golfer has at one point or another said: "I hate golf." Um, it was looking. He was looking for a pick me up before continuing on with a par three fifth hole at the Detroit Golf Club. Caddy Tom Tucker wasn't around to provide it. Um, so it was what, Thursday? Yeah. So he
Thursday was when they
said,
split.
so Bryson was reported saying that he was blindsided by Tucker's departure, which obviously means he quit.
Yeah.
Um, because Tucker told Golf Week that he wouldn't be surprised to see DeChambeau win the Rocket Mortgage and he was hitting it great. Well, obviously it didn't happen. Um, to add insult to injury, DeChambeau's bitter rival Brooks Koepka, not so coincidentally, tweeted a tweet about his caddy, Ricky Elliott, saying that he is his best friend and greatest caddy to do it. Happy Caddy Appreciation Day, which, by
I
the way, doesn't exist until right now.
I
It
absolutely
exists now.
love Brooks Koepka. Like he is my favorite human being because he doesn't even try to make it a little subtle. Like he doesn't even wait until like the end of the tournament
No.
when he's like when he maybe finished like T10 or whatever. Like he doesn't wait till the end. He just does it. Like it was I got the notification that Bryson and his caddy split. I think it was like 10 a.m. or something like that. That I got the notification. And then literally not even 30 minutes later, I was on Instagram and Brooks had already posted about his caddy. And I can't get enough of that. To me, that's just the greatest thing ever because I know everybody's saying that Bryson has stopped. He hasn't. He's feeding into it just as much.
Yeah, no, he
Um,
definitely hasn't. He did everything the last week with the jumping in the video
yeah,
and the stuff like that, you know?
I just think it's so funny that Brooks is capitalizing on literally everything that happens in DeChambeau's career at this point, and he's still playing good golf too. Like
Like on top
it
of it,
would be,
yeah.
yeah, it would be one thing if he was like only paying attention to Bryson and just trying to troll Bryson all the time, and he was like missing cuts and he was getting like T50s and stuff like that. But he's not. He's still getting top tens. He's still competing in majors, and he's still trolling Bryson pretty much on a weekly basis at this point. And I don't think I will ever get enough of it because I just love to see it.
No, and I don't think the golf world should ever get enough of it personally because it's the gift that keeps on giving. It's just going to
Mhm.
keep happening. And Brooks is never going to miss. This guy, before he does the whole Caddy Appreciation Day thing, Big Cat of Barstool Sports, pretty much immediately after finding out that the world found out about the fact that Bryson's caddy had up and left, he tweets out, he goes, "Not a big golfer. How often do caddies quit right before a tournament starts? Not asking for any particular reason, just curious." Which I really think he was, like, just curious. Because, hey, if I'm not a big golf guy either, I'm going to be like, is this a thing? Does this happen often? Brooks responds to the tweet not even a couple minutes later, and goes, "It just became Caddy Appreciation Day." Boom, off with the Instagram post. He doesn't miss.
Which, by the way, for those that don't know, Brooks is a big supporter of like Barstool Sports and Big Cat. I forget what podcast he does.
That I
Is
think
he
is PFT.
PFT?
Yeah, I think he's in PFT.
Okay. He's always on their show. They're pretty good friends, so that's why that interaction happened. It wasn't just like a random interaction between Brooks and someone from Barstool Sports. Brooks is a pretty big Barstool Sports guy.
Although arguably, I think it would have been funnier if they weren't friends and that was a random interaction.
Brooks is just like scrolling through Twitter, just trying to find. He's literally just searching Bryson DeChambeau and seeing what pops up.
Do you think he does? Because there's no way that you can be this on that often. How?
I don't know. It's tough because like seeing what he's doing on social media and stuff like that, I find it hard to believe that he's worrying that much about it.
Right. Yeah.
Like I feel like a lot of the stuff that he's reacting to and seeing are same things that we're getting. You know what I mean? Like he probably got the ESPN update that they split up because he wasn't playing this week. So he was just hanging out with Jenna and barbecuing for 4th of July and whatnots. So he probably gets the updates. And then once he gets an update, then he'll pay attention a little bit. But honestly, I don't think he really pays like a significant amount of extra attention that people would think he pays. Like, I don't think he's just like going to bed at night and scrolling through his phone, looking up Bryson DeChambeau hashtags. I don't think he cares that much, but I think if something happens, he cares enough that he's going to just continue to beat Bryson into the ground.
I think it might be one of those situations where if something comes across his Twitter feed, he'll go for it, but he's not going out himself and looking for it. He just happened to be on the toilet, opened up Twitter, and it was the first thing he saw.
Yeah.
Which in that case makes it so funny. That makes it 10 times funnier. And I'm really happy that this is still happening. This is literally the rivalry that will never end.
Do you think we're going to get anything good at the Open?
God, I hope so. I want to find out who right now in this man's career is voluntarily saying, "I'll caddy for Bryson DeChambeau."
I know, right? I really want to see
that?
if he like gets a course caddy or if he actually has somebody who wants to caddy for him.
Could you imagine being the poor course caddy? Being like, I just got tossed into this.
I'm quitting if I get paired.
If
they're like, hey,
on the spot,
we need someone to caddy for Bryson DeChambeau, it's you. I'm just quitting. I no longer work at that golf course.
I don't do this anymore. I'm not. I don't work.
Gonna have to find somebody else.
And what if like all the caddies quit?
And Bryson can't play.
He can't play.
Or he just plays. He just
he would.
No
he would play. He'd just be like, no, it's fine. I don't need a caddy anyways. I pretty much have everything locked into my obviously highly evolved brain. I have everything in this book. You can't read it, by the way.
And what I don't have in this book, I have on this flash drive, which I stick into my ear, and then it just gives me.
I compute the numbers. It reads like wind directions and which way the grass is growing that day.
You ever hear Jeff Bezos? We're pretty much best friends. He helps me out all the time, and then like Jeff Bezos like makes a tweet. And he's like, "We're not friends.
We're not friends." But he's like hyping up Amazon. He's like, "Yeah, I get most of my golf stuff from Amazon. It's just superior shipping. Like me with a superior brain. Just got to match those up."
Nothing beats Cobra. I mean, I don't know. There's not much else to it. I don't think there's a better golf brand on this planet besides Cobra, even though Titleist, TaylorMade, Callaway, Strixon, everything else exists. I'm going to go with Cobra.
Exactly. It makes no sense.
PXG. I mean,
what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Speaking of Amazon, did you hear Jeff Bezos is stepping down?
I did hear Jeff Bezos is stepping down. Good for him. Good for him.
You
made your bag, bro. You made your bag. I don't think has any. Isn't he bald?
That's even worse.
I don't think he has a gray hair problem considering he has no hair. Man, the first thing to come up when you search Jeff is Bezos.
I mean, that's fair.
It is fair.
Would you want to take over Amazon? Like if someone was like, hey, like if you were working for Amazon and Jeff was like, hey, I'm retiring. Do you want to take care of this company? Would you say yes?
Oh my God, absolutely not.
Because that
No.
sounds extremely stressful.
No way in hell I'm saying yes to that. That sounds like one of the most stressful jobs on this
Especially
planet.
with like all the stuff that people say. I don't know if it's true or not, but like all the jokes and stuff that people make about how the employees don't even get bathroom breaks.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't. I think he's getting out at the right time.
Oh, 100%.
Because things are about to hit the fan about like the workers and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. They're already like, there's already like a couple of things going around that Amazon workers are going to form a union, which I get, by the way, like
Oh,
totally
yeah.
understand it. I'm behind unions, so that's just a me thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he got out at the right time in that case. We've gotten off the rails a couple of times this episode, but I'm
We
enjoying
have.
it. I'm
Definitely
incredibly
have.
enjoying it. I think we. Oh, geez, what are you doing?
Chaos.
My God,
I'm just
he's
trying to get a tissue, man.
he's the man's just trying to blow his nose. This whole room's falling apart. All right, well, while Rick roots around his room for some tissues, we got the match coming up. We got the big match.
Golf match.
Yeah, I think it's the 4th. Yeah, the match 4 at the reserve at Moonlight Basin in Big Sky, Montana. So it's the match 4, and we got Phil Mickelson paired with Tom Brady and Bryson DeChambeau paired with Aaron Rodgers.
Poor Aaron Rodgers.
Poor Aaron Rodgers, who still currently doesn't have an NFL team, which is going to be very interesting to see how that goes moving forward. But either way,
Jordan Love.
so these 4 are going to be taking on the Moonlight Basin course in Big Sky, Montana, including its 777-yard par 5, which I'm going to be very interested to see how Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers do on that. Yeah.
You think Tom Brady shows up this
777
time?
yards. I don't know. Have you seen Tom Brady's golf balls, though?
No.
Have you seen these things?
No,
So
never.
they're Titleist Pro V1s. On the one side, it has TB12. On the other side, it has all the Roman numerals of the Super Bowls that he's won.
You have to play good if you're
What a flex. What a flex.
If you're using those, you have to win. Like you have to play amazing. You have to play out of your mind and you have to win.
It is such a flex, though. That is, I mean, it's badass. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and be like, nah, it's like not
but
cool.
if you're
That's
if you're
badass.
gonna be like that, you have to win. Like
you have to.
You
Yeah.
you can do that on the football field as Tom Brady because he's the greatest to ever do it. I hate him, but he's the greatest to ever do it.
It's true.
So you can do it on the football field, no problem, because you're gonna win. He's probably gonna get at least one more ring before he retires. But the golf course is not your home field advantage, so you gotta if you're gonna flex like that with Aaron Rodgers out there, it'd be different if it was like a Charles Barkley or something like that where they didn't play football,
right?
But the fact that Aaron Rodgers is going to be out there with him, who also is arguably probably top 10 best to ever do it, like he's
I would say so, yeah, for sure.
You gotta beat him. You can't let him beat you in that situation.
Yeah, you gotta win. You gotta win. You can't flex that hard and not win.
Yeah.
Here's my confusion about the match 4. I'm like a bit perturbed, if you will. Why Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady are paired again.
Pause. What does perturbed mean?
Disgruntled, a little bit confused.
Okay.
Slightly aggravated. I can look up the exactly
vocab word of the day.
Yeah.
Perturbed.
Hey, here we go. We're back on the vocab words here. Perturbed. Feeling anxiety or concern or being unsettled. And this is unsettling. I don't like that Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady are back together in the same pairing. I feel like you mix that up. You know, you did it in the match 1.
See, though?
I would rather see Phil and Aaron and then have Tom and Bryson go at it.
Okay.
That's what I would like to see, personally.
Interesting.
But, you know, hey, I don't make these decisions. They don't ask me these things, which, by the way,
maybe they
should,
requested
either
to
way.
be together again.
That's possible. They might just enjoy golfing with each other, which, you know, good for you.
I would probably enjoy golfing with Phil Mickelson as well.
So. I definitely would enjoy golfing,
especially like now. I feel like he's loosened up so much as he's gotten older.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like he just looks like he's having a good time out there, no matter what. Like he could be shooting like 10 over, and he's just having a great time.
Yeah, that was like what happened after the PGA. They asked him like about his round where he went 2 over, and he was like, "Yeah, I wasn't doing great today, but I won the PGA, so
Just happy to be here.
Doesn't really matter. Just happy to be playing golf.
He's the definition of just happy to be here because he should be dominating the senior tour right now. Instead, Ernie Els is still getting a chance to do that.
God, Ernie is shaking in his boots. He's just
he won this week, right?
Yeah, he did. I don't know.
What was that tournament?
I don't know what the title was. PGA Champions. The Champions.
It was something weird. Oh, the Dick's Sporting Goods Open.
The Insperity Invitational.
No, it was the Dick's Sporting Goods Open.
Where?
That was this weekend.
Was it?
Yeah.
Am I in the wrong?
And Ernie Els actually ended up getting second. It was Cameron Beckham who won that one.
Why did they take me all the way at the beginning of the season? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Dick's Sporting Goods Open. Jeez. Come on, Google.
Making me look like an idiot.
You're making me look like an idiot, Google. Figure it out. You should be owned by Jeffrey Bezos.
Jeffrey. I don't think I've ever heard anyone call him Jeffrey.
No, you don't call him Jeffrey Bezos?
I call him Jeff.
Hey, that's a man that deserves to have his whole name be used.
Jeff and I are on a first name nickname basis.
Proud of you. How do you nickname Rick?
Rick. The best part about my name is to this day, like once a month, someone new asks me if my full name is like Richard or something, or if it's just
it's Rick. Like on a clock.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not Richard.
All the time.
Okay.
And I don't want to just like flex on him on the spot and be like, no, I'm named after Ric Flair. I'm just like, no, just Rick.
You should start doing that though. Just immediately start flexing on people.
I should just like brush it off. And then as they start to walk away, just woo!
Exactly.
Like, make them jump a little bit. Like
you're like, oh God, what was it? What was that? Oh yeah, that's my namesake, Ric Flair. I gotta woo at least twice a day.
You got to keep it going.
Got to keep the woo active, you know. Look, you just go to any sporting event where like the game's a bit boring and the woos will happen. They will be present. I promise you that.
Facts.
But yeah, so that's on today for those of you listening on the day that it drops, July 6th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So turn your TVs on when you leave work.
Get to watching. It's
probably going to be fun. Usually they do a really good job with the match, and I expect each time for it to get better. I'm also excited to see a little bit of Aaron Rodgers' personality, because you get a little bit of it as he gets like older in his career and stuff like that, and through his commercials and stuff, and Jeopardy. So I'm excited for Aaron Rodgers' personality to shine, because his career right now is in just a shit show.
Jeopardy.
Oh my God.
Nailed it.
Dear Lord, this is as bad as my Kermit thing last episode.
I crushed that joke.
You did crush that joke. Very proud of you for being.
But I do have Jordan Love on my fantasy team, so if Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to show up, I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, that's true. You got Jordan Love. That's a huge pickup if Aaron Rodgers.
I know. I got him in like the 6th round last year.
That's huge.
Yeah.
You're just praying for Aaron Rodgers to go to anybody. Like, pick any other team in the league, Aaron. I promise you.
Come to Carolina, win us the Super Bowl, give Jordan Love a chance to start. I win my fantasy league. The Panthers win the Super Bowl. Boom.
Problem solved. Look at this. Guy. Look at this. I'm a happy camper at all times. Look at this. I'm just so happy. I don't know what just came over me there. I was like,
sounded like you were in The Godfather.
An Italian version of
you just got sucked into The Godfather there for.
I did. I got sucked into the universe that is The Godfather. I didn't know you could do that, but I just found out that you actually can. Speaking of not knowing how to do things, Rickie Fowler not knowing how to golf. No, not the point of this, but
we saw the creamsicle this weekend.
We did. The creamsicle I turned on golf. Were you excited to see the creamsicle?
I was, because I wasn't like actually excited, but I was excited because I turned on golf on Sunday morning, and I didn't realize that he made the cut because I wasn't paying that much attention before Sunday, if we're being completely honest. And I just saw a dude in white pants and an orange shirt and an orange hat on screen, and I was like, Rickie's here. But again, it was at like Fowler. I think it was at like 10 a.m. So I was like, he doesn't have a chance.
Yeah, he's got if it's at 10 a.m. and the creamsicle's out, he's got no shot. Rickie Fowler apparently complaining about the British Open protocols. So what ended up happening here is during the Rocket Mortgage, when Hideki Matsuyama had to withdraw, I believe on Thursday because he tested positive for COVID, people were asking Fowler because he was grouped with Matsuyama, like if he was worried and stuff. And he went on to say, yeah, there's definitely some concerns. Guys have been talking to me or have been talking to other guys, been making calls or sending texts back and forth with some of the people with the Open, just with any questions or concerns that we have, because there's multiple things that come up as far as if there happens to be a couple of people on the plane that test positive when you get there, what happens with that. Obviously, we're all going into our own small bubbles, can't be around any other players. Um, he ended his comments by pointing out, it seems like us as players, we're jumping through some hurdles and dodging bullets, and they're having 32,000 fans a day at the tournament. So I don't know. I can't really answer questions clearly with all what's going on. So it sounds like he's complaining about how they're handling the players and the fans separately, because they're, as a fan, you don't have to prove anything to
Yeah.
attend.
Yeah.
But as a player, you have to go into a 5-day quarantine, and I believe you have to test negative twice before you can even leave your hotel room and go to the course and practice. You have to stay stagnant for 5 days. You can't even leave. So he's a bit disgruntled about that, and honestly, I can't really judge him for that,
I can't really.
especially because he's completely vaccinated.
Yeah, no, I can't really judge him for it. Start winning and
That's
then
true.
talk.
Yeah,
If you
can't
have
really
any
do a whole lot of
issues, if
complaining
you
while
have
you
any
lose it.
issues right now, just go to Rory. He's I don't even know what it's called. He's basically the spokesman for the players. If you have any issues, talk to him, let him voice the opinion. I don't really think Rickie has a place to be saying anything about this because he's not doing anything significant right now. Like
Correct.
if we had a big name, like even if like Bubba Watson the past 2 weeks was trying to say something because he's been playing pretty okay the past 2 weeks, even if it was someone like him whose name we've seen recently, then maybe it's a little different. But Rickie hasn't done anything.
Right.
Like it's not like you're missing out on that much.
Yeah, also the fact that he's missed out on being able to play in 2 of the 4 majors so far this season.
Based on
I
his
don't
play.
know, based on his play.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'd go out and start complaining about how they're handling one of the majors that you actually
exactly.
got invited to.
Yeah, exactly.
You might just want to say thank you and
Mhm.
go, and hopefully play well. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
it's the American soil that's been hurting you. I don't
Yeah.
know. But yeah, I don't know if I would. I'm not saying that his opinion is wrong.
Oh
I'm
no, I'm
just
not saying that
saying,
either.
yeah,
I'm just saying I don't really think he has a place to
no,
be saying
no,
anything about what the tour's doing right now because
yeah.
what they're doing doesn't really affect him, obviously.
And Ricky, with how you've been playing recently, you're barely even playing on the tour. You just kind of show up for 2 days and
You
then
watched two
leave
majors this year with Tiger Woods, which
from
don't get me
home.
wrong is cool, but like you should be playing there if you're going to be
And
making
Ty,
these
the
kind
only
of
reason
comments.
Tiger isn't playing there is because he is incredibly injured. Okay, that's why he's not there.
He's getting better though.
He is getting better though. I do you think he comes back? I gotta ask you.
Um, I don't I don't think he comes back. Like I don't think we see Tiger like Tiger, but I think he does
No,
play
yeah,
again.
yeah. I that agreed. I think he plays again. I don't think we get. That's so many injuries to the lower body, and
You know what
then
I would
the
love
whole
to see?
spine thing as well. What's up?
You know, I would love to see Tiger come back. Not that I want to see Tiger struggle because he's the greatest golfer of all time,
Of
but
course.
if he came back and just like struggled through the whole season next year and then was like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to play the John Deere Classic and then just won the John Deere Classic.
That'd be incredible. You know how much publicity that would bring to the John Deere
The John
Classic?
Deere Classic would be so popular after that.
Like he says some wild stuff like as he's happy. He's like, yeah, like the John Deere's always been my favorite. Boom. Immediately, like the John Deere is now like they like if they like bump
It's
John Deere to a
it's
major.
always been my favorite. You look back at the records and he's literally never played there before.
They take the Masters out of being a major and give it to the John Deere.
I don't think Tiger's actually ever played at the John Deere, to be honest with
I don't
you.
think he has either, but could you imagine them transitioning like the green jacket to being for the John Deere? Because the
They
color,
got to give you overalls. It's got to transition from a
it's
green
got to be
jacket to
over.
overalls if you're
It
doing that with the
has to
John
be.
Deere Classic.
You also get an entire acre of Iowa corn that just gets dropped off
Part of
at
the
your
win.
door.
Oh, you don't get like the actual land, you just get the
No, no,
corn.
no, 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 no. You get the corn.
I think they should give you an acre of land. I think that's what they should do. And
That'd
then
be the most Iowa thing
could you
of
imagine?
all
Could you
time.
imagine if they were like, we're gonna give you a whole acre of land for every time you win this tournament, and like Tiger just like won there like 30 times, and he just had like 30 acres of land in Iowa that he won.
Damn. You know how like much money you can make off like good farmland in Iowa? There's a
Probably some
lot of
pretty good
money in
money.
agriculture, man. That like that it's obviously like the most Iowa thing I've ever heard, like winning a golf tournament and getting acreage as a as your prize. It's almost as Iowa as that whole truck thing was when they were in Texas.
Yeah.
It's almost the same. But that
Um,
would be badass.
really
I'd
off
get that.
topic here again, but I just got an ESPN update that the Canadiens have their first lead of the Stanley Cup final, which
I
is just
did just see that.
it's
I did
just
just see that.
insane that that's a thing, and it
You know,
shouldn't
you
be
know, you know,
allowed.
you know what's going to happen now.
They better win.
They're going to win all four.
They're not going to win
four
all
in a
four.
row.
They're going to get
They're
spanked
going
when
to
they
win
head back
four.
to
They're going to
Tampa.
win four in a row, and they're going to win the cup.
Tampa's
I'm not gonna
throwing
be
it right
wrong.
now. Tampa's throwing it right now so they can have their families back.
Tampa is going to throw it right now.
And they're going to go back to Tampa and they're going to beat them like 8-0. They're just going to absolutely embarrass them. And they're going to tell the families of the Canadiens players that they can't come to the game.
Could you imagine, like for a moment, that like Steven Stamkos, after like they probably win in Game 5, Steven Stamkos is getting interviewed. They ask him like, "So what happened in Game 4? Because in games 1, 2, 3, and 5, you looked very confident as a team." And he goes, "Yeah, well, we just kind of didn't play that day. We
To be
decided
completely
to
honest
take
with you, we were out partying until like 3 a.m.
We took the day off."
We were all hungover actually during that game. Now that I think about it.
And I actually don't remember that game at all, so don't ask me any specific questions because I don't remember what happened whatsoever. Yeah, but
Anyway,
I do think the Canadiens will win tonight, but I
off
don't think
topic,
they're going to win the
but I
series.
just
That
had to
was
bring
off
that up
topic.
because I can't believe it's Game 4 and they just got their first lead.
I could believe it. It's Tampa Bay.
I mean,
But
yeah,
either way.
like I can believe it because it's Tampa Bay, but I can't believe it because that shouldn't be a thing.
Funny enough, talking about hockey on a golf podcast is almost more interesting than what we're about to talk about, which is the John Deere Classic. I believe it will. I believe you have something to do with the power rankings there because I wasn't allowed to look at them.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to bring up the power rankings here. As we mentioned, there is almost no big names
Zero.
playing in this event. There are a few names that are somewhat well known, but not many.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you the entire top 15 to guess. Okay, so you literally just
I
have to
got
guess in the
15
top
choices.
15. No, not 15 choices. You guess 3 people.
Okay.
But if they're in the top 15, then I'll give you credit for it.
Fantastic. Alrighty.
You can look at the player list of like who's playing
Oh,
this week.
okay.
Yeah, I would do
here.
that because a
Okay,
lot of these
power
names you might
rankings.
not have even heard of before.
Where's the field? There it is. Boom. All right.
But yeah, I honestly don't know if there's anyone inside the top there's never anyone inside the top 50, I don't think, that plays in this event. But this year there is.
Okay, here we go.
25 maybe it usually is. I don't know. Either way, there's someone inside the top 20 at least. So
is my man playing in this one? Where is he? Alrighty. So my first guess is going to be JT Poston.
JT Poston is not in the top 15 of the power rankings.
Damn. Okay. All right. That was going to be a good one. Alrighty. How about? Oh, geez. Maverick McNeely.
Another good guess, but not in the top 15.
Oh, Big Mav. Come on, man. All right. I feel like there's got to be like one that's just so obviously in there.
There's 2 that would be pretty obvious in the top 15.
Oh, come on. Cam Davis, since he just won, I feel like
he is in the top 15.
Nailed
actually.
that.
He is number 12 in
right
the power
on.
rankings.
Got that.
Top
Nailed
5.
It.
Top 5 for this week. We have Brian Harmon leading the charge at number 1.
Right.
Daniel Berger, number 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's like 16 or 17 in the official World Golf rankings right now, which is pretty good for John Deere because they usually don't get anyone significant at the tournament.
Oh, not at all. Absolutely not.
Sung Jae Im is playing this week, probably because of the whole situation with not playing the Open. Did you see about that? We can talk about that after.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Well,
after.
yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. And then Russell Henley and Kevin Streelman round out the top 5. Nothing crazy.
Huh.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
it's not
anything,
insane or anything, but they're
yeah,
not
if
nobodies.
anything, the John Deere is here for views because, like we said, we're in Iowa, so we have the cornfields and stuff like that, and they have some really impressive tee box markers. I do enjoy the tractors.
They do.
I
Yeah,
will say
they're fun.
That's
they're
probably
like
the best part about the John
yeah.
Deere Classic is the tractors.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's like the Waste Management with their T-Bucks markers, where it's
with
just
the trucks,
trash truck. That's just
FedEx,
badass.
the FedEx Cup Championship.
Yes. Yep.
Also
just FedEx
good.
trucks.
Yeah,
that.
That's pretty much all that's noteworthy regarding the John Deere Classic.
Yeah, that's it.
Getting real quick into Sung Jae Im. Sung Jae Im and Siwoo Kim both this week announced that they will not be playing in the Open for the reason of focusing on the Olympics. Now, you may be wondering why. I'm going to tell you why right now. Basically, for those that don't know, Korea, whichever part of Korea they're from, I honestly don't know. South Korea. You are required, if you are an able-bodied person between the ages of like 18 to 35 or something like that, you're required to serve 2 years in the military at some point in between those time frames, unless you have like a reason not to.
Right.
One of the reasons that you can not have to serve is by winning an Olympic medal, not by winning the Open. So basically, Sung Jae Im and Siwoo Kim decided that they are going to skip the Open because if they win something significant at the Olympics, then they don't have to take 2 years off of golf, which has shown in previous South Korean golfers to be almost a career ender.
Detrimental
to take those 2 years off. And anybody that's taken even a few weeks off of golf will probably be able to see how detrimental that is to your game. Imagine having to take 2 years off to go serve in the military. It's going to change your personality. It's going to change so much about you that it's just tough to come back from. So they will not be competing in the Open, but they will be competing in the Olympics. So keep an eye out for them there. I just wanted to bring that up because I felt like that was kind of significant with them both being pretty significant golfers, especially from South Korea.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially considering it's a major, but yeah, hey, I don't judge because I
don't judge at all.
That makes a lot.
If there's a way for them to get out of their service and save their tour careers, go for it.
It makes a lot of sense. No judgment here. Moving into the LPGA, just to touch on it, they had the Volunteers of America Texas Shootout. That's a fun one, calling us tournament in Texas a shootout. That's a fun one. The winner of which, Jin Young Ko, she had to work extra hard for her 8th LPGA Tour victory. So she's ranked number 2 in the world. But on Saturday, she had a 16-hour 32-hole day because of weather delays. And then on Sunday had to turn around and hold off the challenging rookie Matilda Castrin to win the tournament. So respect to her. Jin Young Ko coming in at a final of 16 under, shooting 2 under on Sunday. So good for her. I mean, that's exhausting. That just sounds tiring.
Yeah, I get through 18 and I'm ready for a nap.
I know, yeah, seriously, and we'll get into that.
18 with a cart, not even walking.
Exactly, not even walking, which is what they do, which is insanity, personally speaking. But yeah, we can get into that now. I don't have anything else golf news oriented. Do you?
Yeah, no, I don't really have anything else.
That's it then. We got the Two Man Skramble coming at you right now. Weren't you trying to say that in Spanish the one time? No, Two Man Skramble. What?
Oh, Two Man Skramble.
Those are sounds.
That's why I was confused. I don't know how you would say that.
I don't know how you would say that in Spanish. Do you remember how I did the Two Man Skramble in
And I thought about. Yeah, I don't remember what it was. Anyway, we're in the Two Man Skramble.
We're in Two Man Skramble time.
Little run through here for you guys what we're going to talk about today because we've never done that before, so why not?
Mm-hmm.
I had around yesterday, Sunday. So 2 days ago for you guys listening. Brian had around actually yesterday for you guys listening on Monday because he had off work like a lucky person.
Right on, man. Observe.
And we have one question to finish it off. So I will field the question to you. How was your round today? Tell us about it.
It was good. It was hot. It was spicy
It
outside.
was a little
It
warm
was
today in the
big. It was
sun.
big spicy outside.
In the sun, it was warm. In the shade, it was really nice.
So I had thought that I had my driver figured out again because, as you all know, I put my driver in timeout.
You brought it
Recently
out today?
I did. I did. It's not figured out. I put it back in the bag. Um,
How soon?
it took me till I think the 12th hole to give up all hope.
You had a good day though.
Yeah, but I mean, the day didn't go like horribly because I was really, really happy with my second shots and my approach shots. I was really happy with how the irons were going. I just couldn't put myself in good spots. I was feeling like if I could just put myself in good positions, I could be walking away with like a couple more pars than I was. But then those chances became double bogeys really fast. I was just happy I was able to bogey as much as I did in
Yeah,
order
I mean
to shoot as well.
your stats are looking good. We got 44 on the front, 46 on the back with a par. 17% green in regulation, 25% fairway hit, 1 and 4. That's not bad.
Yeah.
2.1 putts per hole. So sounds like your putter was doing all right today. Either that or
Yeah,
your
I was
approach shots were
putting
doing
I
really
was
good.
putting really well today. That was actually really nice to see. It was two putt central, which was really nice. I think I only three putted once.
It's always nice. I think I had like a
It
4 putt
is.
on Sunday, so that kind of hurt a lot. But
Phew, yeah,
we'll
that'll be
get into that
painful.
in a minute.
But yeah, once the driver went back in the bag and I was able to bring out my four hybrid, which we know I can actually aim not
Yeah.
far, but I can aim it. It started going a lot better.
Who'd you golf with?
I golfed with my girlfriend, her uncle Ralph, and her cousin Tori.
Uncle Ralph getting out 2 days in a row.
Uncle Ralph golfed every single day this weekend.
What a guy.
I know he's an absolute animal,
Brian and
that
I
man.
both golfed with Uncle Ralph this weekend.
Absolute animal, that
Love
man,
it.
Uncle Ralph.
He was a good time. I enjoyed playing with him.
He's a fun dude. He's fun to
Yeah.
be around. Fun to be around.
For sure.
But how was your round? Speaking of playing with Uncle Ralph, you guys played what on Sunday?
We did. We played on Sunday. I got out with
Sunday.
Uncle Ralph, Tommy from Hacks Across America, and Colin from Hacks Across America. I will be petitioning for Colin to do more story takeovers on Hacks Across America if anyone hasn't seen that, because he did a really good job the other day.
He's so funny.
Yeah, he was really
I
good.
love Colin.
But yeah, we had a good time. I played better than I thought I would because I haven't had a serious round of golf in a while.
Right.
Probably like 3 weeks, I would say at least.
Mm-hmm.
We played Heritage Creek. It's in Jameson, PA, I believe. It was pretty good. My driver was actually going pretty well.
Nice.
Fairly straight-ish. It was a par 35, I believe.
Right.
I don't even remember what it was. But yeah, I mean, I played okay. I didn't have any pars, didn't have any birdies, but I also didn't have too many high scores. I did have like a triple on the one hole because I just couldn't figure out how to putt. The greens were weird there. Like there was this one hole where I had a pretty good drive, an okay approach shot that actually ended up on the green. And then there was this really intimidating hill that I had to get over in order to get to the hole.
Right.
And the hole was like right at the bottom of the hill, so I didn't want to overshoot it, and I got scared and I undershot it. So I added a putt there. It was a pretty nice course though. It's kind of in the backwoods. Where
those
you
are
can't.
the most fun courses though. I love those.
It was like a
ones.
5-minute drive to the first tee box. It was crazy. But yeah, I mean, it was an okay day, especially for how little I've been getting out lately. I do have to get out more.
Right.
Just busy a lot.
Yeah.
But
Also, your job is incredibly physically exhausting. I do not judge you for.
yeah, I mean, it's not even that though. It's like the time is more the issue because
right.
I have other stuff to do. So like I get out of work and then I don't really necessarily have time to go play. Phil and I tried to squeeze in 18 the one day, and we only got through like 15 because we had to go through. We played through a few groups, but
Gotta do what you gotta do.
It was an okay day. I mean, nothing to write home about, but definitely a good place to be at right now. Definitely have to work on my putting some more, which fortunately I can do at home.
That is true. I'm seeing a 50% fairways hit that day though. Right on, brother.
I did. I was hitting a lot of fairways, so I was doing pretty good with that. My approach shots felt fairly okay compared to how they normally are. My approach shots are usually what kill me, and they actually weren't killing me today, except for the one that I topped like 20 yards in front of me. But then I hit the green.
That hurts.
I hit like right off the green
go.
on the fringe the next shot. So it was a par 5. So I had an eagle opportunity. I think.
So yeah, you got a shot to spare. You're good.
But I mean, what are you gonna do? You know,
Can't win them all. Can't win them
anytime
all.
we can get out's a good time. We're outside. We're having a good time. It's nice out.
That's the truth.
Holiday weekend.
That
Even if
is the
it
truth.
is short for some of us.
That's true.
I'm not mad. You're mad. Anyway,
I'm not mad. You're mad.
we have one question for the two-man scramble today, and that is, what is the hottest and what is the coldest weather that you are willing to golf in?
Hottest would be a humid triple digit.
Okay.
That would be the hottest I would go. I would still probably go out, but I would definitely like think twice before I do it. Now,
That's fair.
100 in dry heat, that's easier.
Yeah.
Like in Arizona or something like that, where that happens actually quite frequently.
Yeah.
Because then you can just kind of go earlier in the day or later when the sun has
Yeah.
kind of
Is
peaked
not at the
already.
top.
Is not at the top. You can't avoid that with humidity. It's going to be there all
Humidity
day long,
sucks.
and
I
humidity
hate
is the
humidity.
worst. Humidity is the absolute worst, and that's going to be there all day. You can't avoid that. So
Yeah.
that is my limit to the heat. I'm not quite sure if I've ever reached my limit for the cold, because the one time we went out and it was 18 degrees.
That was tough.
That was a tough day.
We couldn't even get our tees in the ground.
Yeah, we gotta bring a drill.
Yeah.
Like what we saw on Instagram that
Honestly,
one
I
time.
think that was the only issue I had with playing in that kind of weather, was that we couldn't get our tees in the ground. You give me like a metal tee that's not going to break my club. I don't know if that's even possible, but
Yeah, I don't think it is.
yeah, we'll just have to bring a drill next time.
Yeah, we were definitely
we go.
struggling to get the tees in the ground. I think we were also like almost the only people out there that day.
Yeah, I think there was like one other group.
There was like nobody.
Me personally, the heat limit that I have is the point where I can't hold on to my club anymore.
Oh, when you're sweating that much.
I don't really mind the heat like itself that much. It's more of when I can physically stop being able to play golf, as in I take a swing and I lose the club because that's how sweaty my hands are. That would pretty much be my only limit. I don't really like, I'll just dump water on myself if I'm hot.
True.
I'll figure it out. I drink a lot of water normally, so I don't think dehydration would be too much of an issue. And I'll just find some shade and try to get out of the sun as much as I can.
That's true. That's true.
Cold is tough because you hit the ball wrong and you just like,
oh, it's the worst. It is the worst.
Like when you hit a baseball wrong and you get the ding and it's like goes up through your whole body.
Yeah, you get the hands ringing.
Yeah, so that's tough. Like I said, it was tough trying to put our tees in the ground, which we would definitely have to fix for next time. But again, I don't really think like I said, like you said, I don't think I've reached my limit for how cold it has to be for me to not want to golf.
Yeah,
because I'll just throw layers on.
And yeah, you can always just layer up.
And then I have the perfect excuse for why I played well, because I don't have flexibility or mobility because I had too many layers on.
So, exactly. You're like, oh, I couldn't even swing.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't use my arms. All righty. Well, that will, I think, do it for this episode of From the Tips. As always, thank you for listening, everybody. Go follow us on our social media on Instagram at from the tips_pod.
There you go.
I just had a stroke there. Go follow us on Instagram, listen to our other episodes, and we will catch you guys next week.
Thanks, guys. See you later.